Welcome to the late night cricket show of Cricket Happenings with your host Ram. And as you all know, as all those regular dear friends subscribers would know, that it's always a late night cricket show on Saturday because of my office duties. Well, thank you for your patience, dear friends subscribers. Yes, in this particular cricket show, the focus would be on the first test. And as I was speaking yesterday on a Friday, I had left you with a cricket update, and I told you that it's going to be improbable for West Indies to actually save this test, and that's what precisely happened. And as I said, the match would be over on the same day itself, and that's what precisely happened, as Australia won the first test match. They also retained the Frank Worrell trophy, even though there is one more test match to go. In fact, West Indies were all out for 216, thus setting a paltry target of 47 to win the match for Australia, and Australia did it with ease. Well, so just talking about it, as far as the West Indies innings were concerned, well, if you look at the West Indies card there, on the third day's play, they were 25 for 2, as you would remember. Yes, there was some good contribution. In fact, Bravo was the first wicket, which I already spoken about. After that, there was a very good, this was the best partnership in the whole match, because the score went on from 37 for 3 to 181. I thought it was a brilliant partnership because on a very, very tricky pitch, it added lots of runs. And that was done by the debutant, who was very, very impressive, Dowrich, who also hit some very, very good six of the ball of Nathan Lyon, and he had the company of the very, very experienced Marlon Samuels at the other end. And Marlon Samuels also brought all his experience into the picture, and they really, really chiseled together a partnership which moved the score from 37 for 3 to 181. So it was a 144 run, very nice partnership, and this was really, really doing the job for West Indies at the time. In fact, whatever were hurled at them by the Aussie bowlers were kept up. Were kept away very well. And in between, we also saw that both Marlon Samuels and Dowrich were very, very equal to the task, in the sense they were willing to wait for the loose balls to dispatch to the fence, and this partnership started blossoming. Well, it was doing its job, and that was the only good feature that happened in this whole West Indies innings. And Shane Dowrich on his debut was very, very impressive, with a knock of 70, with 5 fours and 1 6, really showed lots of application and determination. And that knock, he would have been very happy that on his test debut he got his maiden 50, and then he went on to make 70, he could really, really give him a lot of hope now for the future, as he was playing a very good Australian attack, and on his test debut he has stood the test well on a very, very tricky pitch. So mind you, if Shane Dowrich gets an opportunity to play on some good pitches, probably in Kingston in Jamaica when they play, it would be interesting to see how he plays, because Shane Dowrich has really shown that on his test debut on a tricky pitch, he has made 70 good runs by forging a very important partnership with Marlon Samuels. That really shows that Shane Dowrich is a player for the future. 70 with 5 fours and 1 6, a very impressive knock from him. And he was the first to go when Josh Hazlewood picked up his wicket. He was gone for 70. Other than that, Marlon Samuels was there. He contributed a neat 74 with 7 fours and 1 6. That was the only thing that one could talk about in this West Indies innings, as after that the lower order, the lower middle order and the lower order totally folded up, with Blackwood being up. Then Nathan Lyon picked up 2 wickets when he picked up first the wicket of Blackwood, who came out of the crease to hit Lyon, was stumped for 12. Then Ramadhan was bowled beautifully by Nathan Lyon for 3. And then once Nathan Lyon did his job, it was the turn of Mitchell Starc to come in and clean up the tail, and that's what Mitchell Starc did. He did it in a very, very special style, as he firstly wrapped Jerome Taylor LBW for naught. Devendra Bishu's stumps were knocked off for 1, and Sharon Gabriel was also sent back to the pavilion bowled for naught. And as far as Jason Holder was concerned, he was left not out on 12 with 2 fours, and the West Indies innings, after that very good partnership between Shane Dowrich and Marlon Samuels, everything started falling away. and the West Indies were all out for 216, thus setting a very, very paltry total for the Australians of just 47 runs to win the match. As far as the bowling is nothing to really talk about, barring Mitchell Starc. Mitchell Starc bowled excellently, 18 overs, 7 maidens, 28 runs and 4 wickets for Mitchell Starc. And we had 2 for 38 for Mitchell Johnson, 2 for 17 for Hazelwood. I thought he was the best bowler, even though his wicket, even though you don't see lots of wickets on his score line, but I thought he bowled pretty well. Nathan Lyon took 2 for 67. As far as Australia were concerned, well, Shane Warne had probably predetermined that he's not going to waste any time, and he wanted to really enjoy the remaining of it, and that's what he did. In fact, he started off in a pretty aggressive style by depositing both first he deposited Jerome Taylor over the stands for a 6, then it was the turn of Shannon Gabriel's ball to disappear over the fence for a 6. He hit 2 sixes in fact, David Warner hit 2 sixes and 3 fours in a very quick fire knock of 20 balls, and then finally Taylor picked up his wicket as Warner was trying to do it all himself. But then finally Australia won the match in a canter. They won the match by 1 wicket. Sean Marsh was not out on 13 with 2 fours, and Steve Smith was not out on 5 with 1 4. Match over. Australia winning the match by 9 wickets, the first Test match, and also retaining the Frank Worrell Trophy. Adam Burgess was rightly named the player of the match. On his, as I said, he went on to a unique record, Adam Woods, of scoring, being the oldest person in the history of Test cricket to score a century at the age of 35. That was something truly. This was I would say this is an innings that Adam Woods would be very proud about, and why not? He has to be definitely proud about this. As I said, this could be a sort of a turning point in Adam Woods' career, because he has done this on a very difficult pitch to bat on, one could say. Jerome Taylor, 3 overs, 1 for 22. Gabriel, 2 overs, none for 25. They were the only bowlers used, as in 5 overs, 47 runs were scored by Australia. So Australia lead the 2-match series 1-0, and that's the reason I said that they already retained the Frank Worrell Trophy, and the player of the match was Adam Woods. Well, so that is so as far as let's have a look at since I'm having some time here, let's have a look at the West Indies team and see what they need to do better and what were they good at. Well, as I said, it was a very difficult pitch to bat on, but in the first innings, barring Shai Hope, nobody really played well. But the good thing that West Indies will take from this match is the batting of Shane Dowrich. Shane Dowrich, according to me, looks to be a person really belonging to that particular role that he was playing along with Samuels, and that is the best thing that the West Indies could actually take from this particular Test match. And other than that, we didn't see Brathwaite really come into his own, and Jermaine Blackwood was also a failure, of whom much was expected. And for Australia, well, for them everything came together, and their bowlers did a good job. And then we all saw how the batsmen played. Adam Woods in particular, I would say single-handedly handling this West Indian attack, and it was done. I mean, if you look at the score of 318, 130 runs was contributed by Adam Burgess. Well, so that is as far as that particular match is concerned. So now there will be only one more Test match which will be played between Australia and West Indies. Well, other than that, as far as cricketing news go, well, the news that I have is the news which is coming in from United Arab Emirates. United Arab Emirates, as you know, recently played in their first World Cup, and what a shame. But you know, even though United Arab Emirates were doing well, and at least you know, I'm sure Khurram Khan, the former captain of the United Arab Emirates, you know, at least would have the satisfaction now, since he decided to retire from international cricket at the age of 45. But he did some tremendous service to United Arab Emirates cricket, and yes, he has actually retired from international cricket. So there's no Khurram Khan now in the United Arab Emirates team, thus you know, making a way for an youngster there. So that is as far as that cricket news is concerned. That is from the United Arab Emirates. Well, other than that, dear fans and subscribers, I'm trying to see whether I can share any other cricket news with you here. Well, the Board of Control for Cricket in India has decided that the former batsman Rahul Dravid would be the one who would be actually coaching the under 19 team, and the West Indian former great West Indian fast bowler Andy Roberts has said that India have two genuine pace bowlers in one is Umesh Yadav, who also bowls at 150 knots, so 150. So he says he's the most genuine fast bowler that India has ever produced, almost bowling at 150k. And also he mentioned about Varun Arun. So that is something which would encourage both the guys, Umesh Yadav and Varun Arun, to do more hard work and really have a good tilt at the opposition. Well, dear fans and subscribers, I think that, and also just talking to you about the NatWest T20 blast. Well, Gale is continuing to blast on all cylinders, and today once more he paved the way for a good Somerset win here with the force of his bat. So Gale has been doing a wonderful job after coming to Somerset and representing them in the NatWest T20 blast. Well, dear fans and subscribers, good to see that's a lot of encouragement coming for this cricket show. I'm happy to know that. Well, keep the thing coming, keep your comments going. It has been a really always has been a treat to actually bring this Cricket Happening show to you, and I hope it's the same there. Thanks for your company once again to this cricket show, and thank you once again for the patience to actually wait for this late night cricket show to happen on Saturday. I think that should really bring an end to this late night cricket show of mine on Saturday, and hope to see you all tomorrow on my next cricket show on Sunday. Until then, it's good night. Thank you.